On your drive home right here on West Bremer Radio. Bernie, how are you, mate?
I am very good on my terrific Tuesday with you, of course.
We love our terrific Tuesdays. Big stuff happening tonight up in the sky, right?
Yes. This is just magic. This is the full moon, and it's full moon in Virgo. And the big thing is we have a full moon every month, but this month it's all about tonight. Tonight is the 7th, and it's all about Saturn moving. Saturn's been in Aquarius for a while. He's about to move into Pisces, and it's a big shift. So he is a big mover, and then in 2 weeks' time, it is Pluto moving from Capricorn into Aquarius.
So Aquarius is sticking around even though it's not February anymore, isn't it?
This is, yeah, absolutely. When you're just talking about moving into alignment with stars and, but you have to understand what is going to happen in that situation when it goes through.
Yeah.
Saturn hasn't been in Pisces for 30 years.
Wow.
So there's lots of things, changes. What were you doing 30 years ago? Most kids weren't alive. Some of us were alive. But it's, what is... You've matured, you've grown up, you've a lot more knowledge and wisdom, and it's, you can take on, you can do, you can change, have a look at any patterns, habits, behaviours. And you have to look into Aquarius and Saturn, what they rule as well, and how that can help you.
Because you said Aquarius is freedom? Is that
Yeah,
right?
it talks about freedom.
Yeah.
Think about the age of Aquarius,
I always think of that song. Is it Hair? It's from Hair or one of those musicals, yeah. But
and Peace and all of those other ones. Yeah. But it's really helping you step up into your power if you choose to. As free souls, and this is what we're always talking about, we want to stir our spirit alive. We want to stir our spirit awake. Step up, our usual thing is empaths rising, free the empaths, move up, step above, rise above it. You don't want to go up to the next level with the narcissist. You want to rise above the narcissist and have freedom.
Yeah.
Freedom to what you want to do. What have you kept yourself back from? What have you kept yourself small from? So those sorts of things. What a full moon does as well is you empty out. It's time to empty the well. That's why people go berserk. They're witchy and
yeah. So that's actually a thing.
Oh yeah. Because their emotions are stirred and so heightened.
Yeah.
Because it comes to the full moon, because of the beautiful Venus moon is it's just opening, so loving, and it's just bring all the emotions to the surface, all the demons, all the your patterns or your beliefs and stuff like that. Bring it to the surface, hand it over. A lot of if you're really into it, you bathe into the full moon, and you're just really connecting to your higher super conscious self. There's everyone has their own super conscious powers, which is your higher self, and it's allowing yourself to tap into it. Empty out, finish, tie up loose ends. But you're handing it over.
Yeah. So what are we doing with the stuff from 30 years ago? Are we sort of putting a line under it and saying, okay, it's the fresh start now?
Yeah, absolutely. There's that one, right? But what I want you to also, so that's on the 7th, and then on the 21st to the 23rd is Pluto. This is the one that I really want you to look at.
Okay.
So Pluto is in Capricorn. It's been there since 2008.
Okay,
so what were you doing or not doing in 2008 as well since that time, in 15 years of it? And it talks about your finances, your career, your purpose. Some people have been able to, they've been trying to do a business and it rises up, it falls, and they haven't been able to make it. Some people have bad relationships. Some people have a bad career. But have a look at over that time, a lot of the clients have started a business, and they've had a rocky road with it, and they're going, oh my God, it's just been such a hard slog. What can I do about it? And it's just understanding Pluto. What Pluto does is it brings it up, brings up the demons, brings up the things, the bad beliefs, creates the beliefs that you had about yourself as well.
Okay.
I'm hopeless. I don't matter. you have any of those old beliefs there, then it's going to bring it up. In business, that you can't survive, you're not powerful enough, I'm powerless, I'm weak, I'm a coward. Any of those that you have deep beliefs, they will come to the surface, and the universe goes, see, told you, because I'm looking for the evidence, so it's going to show me all the time. But if you can bring it to the surface and go, this is not mine anymore, I am outgrown it, it doesn't belong to me, and I hand it back karmically, cut cords, constant cut cords, and let yourself go.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Very interesting. There's so much to it, isn't there?
Oh, this one has been happening for quite a bit, this Pluto one.
So Pluto's leaving, or
Pluto's leaving Capricorn, about to go into Aquarius, which is freedom. It's called the grave digger planet. Because that's what it does, is it digs up the deepest stuff that you don't want to bring up.
Stay right here on your drive home on West Bremer Radio. So interesting. There's so much to it, isn't there?
Oh, this one has been happening for quite a bit, this Pluto one.
So Pluto's leaving, or
Pluto's leaving Capricorn, about to go into Aquarius, which is freedom. It's called the grave digger planet. Because that's what it does, is it digs up the deepest stuff that you don't want to bring up.
G'day Ipswich, happy terrific Tuesday with Rach and Bernie on your drive home here on West Bremer Radio. Talking full moons, aren't we?
We are.
We're talking big full moon tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so you need to go out and just be out there and feel some energy from it, right?
Yeah. Another really good one here as well is write a letter to the people that you can't stand.
And
burn it.
Mail it.
Burn it.
That's what we always say, is that do not mail it.
Burn the hell out of it, it's called.
Yes.
Yeah. So you just can write a letter to somebody that's really annoying the hell out of you, because the things that you don't say are actually the things that are actually holding you back. Yeah, so you can't ever say it. And so you move on. And a lot of PTSD people, and I was talking to some people on the weekend at this meeting, and they, I just get triggered. I get triggered. And, I did this and I did this because I got triggered. And I'm going, well, why? Because I can't, they never got to talk up to the bullies.
Right.
And I said, well, if you can just write a letter to them, go back to that age. You can't do it now. You go back to the age that you were, and you write the letter from there. Yeah. And you say, whatever it was, because you lose your voice. But you never ever lose the anger that you have. I shouldn't have said that. I should have said. I shouldn't have said.
Festers, isn't it? Like a wound. God. Like if you don't clean the wound and take the poison out, then it's going to just continue to hurt you, doesn't it?
No.
Yeah.
Well, they've got no idea.
No.
They've moved on. They've got no idea. Hey, you didn't even say it to them in the first place. Yeah. What you look like was you slinked away. You didn't say anything at all. Yeah. Like you're a coward in their eyes. Yeah. Or they're just going, what the hell happened? Whereas in your eyes, you go, I was so gutless, I was this, I was that. There's another part of you that was trying to protect you. If you go there, you're going to get your head ripped off. It's going to be worse than this. Yeah. So that part is protecting you, and it's like, I really need to speak about this part, and I really need to release it. I don't want to say it to the person because they've got no idea 30 years later, 20 years later.
And why stir it up?
No. Yeah. No. And so what you do is you just express it. How else am I going to express it? Because I can't bring back that same memory. Yeah. So what you do is you write a letter. Wow. You speak it out. Because if you speak it out in your head, it doesn't go anywhere. Because it just goes round and round in your head. Yeah. And then then the other part comes up. See, I told you, I protected you. You would have been beaten alive or eaten alive. Yeah. But the more that you can actually express it in a different way, you write it out. You say all the things. Make sure you got a big lot of paper. And then you burn the hell. Yeah. And you say goodbye.
And then that would be like a freedom.
Oh, because you've actually spoken the words that you never ever got to say. Yeah. And then and you've got to do it about 3 or 4 times and then you have such a big sigh of relief as well. But the full moon is the best time to actually release that.
Okay.
all the time.
Because there's that real thing about, letting someone rent space in your head for free. And,
Well,
it's
this
not
is it.
hurting them, it's just hurting you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, and it's not just work, because the ones I was talking to on the weekend were ex Air Force and ex Navy, ex Army, Air, Navy, and Air Force. Yeah, and we were just talking about PTSD.
Yeah.
How do you do it? Because when you get triggered, oh God, that reminds me. Trigger is it remind me of one of your senses.
Yeah.
I remembered that. I smelt that. I heard that.
And it could be a sound or a smell or something that triggers that, right?
Yeah. And it paralyzes you, this trigger.
Yeah.
And what the trigger does, it is connected straight back to the memory that you haven't released yet.
Okay, so you need to write that down and release that and try to
get
it
don't
out
analyze it. You do not analyze it. What you do is you just keep writing, and you just, it's like as if you're a scribe for the younger you, because you are, again, you're the mature one, you're the future self, and you're just going back, if I was there, I could say such and such, and you just keep writing it out.
But it's also kind of nice to think that you can go back and do that kindness for your younger self,
Yeah.
right? Like don't worry, I'll look after you. I've got this.
Yeah, but if you can just visualize that they're still in a cage, they're still in a prison, they've locked themselves away.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving until I get this.
Yeah.
Or I'm not coming out of here because I can't come out of here because I'm really so scared.
Yeah.
Narcissistic people, bullies do that to you all the time.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how old you are.
Yeah.
And it'll just keep repeating.
And the thing is, they've moved on with their life and they don't know that you're still feeling all of this and trapped and...
Yeah.
So
you don't want to take this to the deathbed.
No, write it down, let it out. Burn it. Don't send it. We keep saying that. Whatever you do, don't send it.
And we both know, I did that when I was a kid, and it was just the worst thing.
Oh, you write it down.
You were paid. Well, I sent it to the family.
How'd it go?
It was awful.
Yeah.
I just paid for that. You were punished.
Yeah.
And you will never do that again.
Yeah.
See what I mean? So you feel that this is your truth. You finally get the courage to stand up and the confidence to say, no more, I'm not doing this. And again, the dominating ones just go, you will never do this.
Yeah.
Get back into your box or into your whatever. Yeah. And so there's a part of you go, I'm just going to do this. One day.
Yeah. And it would also, I guess, you get that power back or start to get it back when even just the act of getting the pen and paper out and knowing that you're going to write it down is like, right, I'm preparing myself and... Yeah, I think that would be very healing.
Yeah. It's you and the other person.
Yeah.
But it's not the other person in flesh.
Yeah.
And if they're in flesh, you would turn into a chicken, you would turn into your coward self.
Yeah.
But you're not actually coward. It's like you're trying to protect yourself is a big thing. Because they remind you of somebody else younger.
Yes.
Even if you can go back further, after that one. Go back younger.
Because there'd be a lot back in your younger days that you don't really remember, right?
Childhood and teenager school years.
Yeah, but there'd be so much that happened, that little tiny micro things that at the time, but they've really impacted you now, that you may not be able to sort of remember. So if you can start with the ones that you do remember. Yeah.
And you say they're micro, but if you put all those little micro bits and pieces together, they make a big thing.
Yeah, it's like a death by 1,000 paper cuts, right?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
And you're going to talk us through a few of the rituals and sort of the physical steps you can take.
Yeah. So some of the different rituals, practices that you can do on the new moon as well as the full moon. Full moon is emptying out, finishing, completing, tying up loose ends.
So tonight's a good night to do this.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. The new moon is all about new beginnings. What would you like to bring in? What would you like to manifest? So you do the emptying out, and then for 2 weeks it's like as if you've put the rubbish out, and then you cleanse the space. And then in 2 weeks' time with the new moon, what seeds would I like to plant here?
Yeah.
And you start manifesting, and then it goes back into the full moon. So it's just beautiful cycles. This is really connecting to your superconscious, your higher self as well.
Yeah.
So the more that you can actually do this and get into a practice of doing it. So we'll just talk about one of the rituals. So what you're going to do is, get cleansing tools of your choice. So you can have herbs, essential oils, you can have wands, whatever you choose.
Yeah.
Sage everybody knows sage.
Yeah.
Some people know about the resins. There's a resin. You can have resins, so you got to have a little charcoal disc, and then you just put frankincense resin on top of it. There's other different types, but frankincense is just purity. And as soon as you have that going anywhere, no evil can exist. Sage, you're walking around, and it's just it's a stick. You light it and you're walking around. But if you ever get to do the resins, that is the super, super powerful ones.
So if you headed down to somewhere like New Age Rocks in Nicholas Street, Uli would be able to help out.
Yeah. And you've got the Soul Cauldron as well.
Yeah.
Any of those New Age ones, they all have quite good stuff. Bring your candles, okay? Candles or under the moon. I love the candles anyway. But light your candle, cleansing your aura, and then your surroundings. Your biggest thing is intentions, all right? And even just cleansing inside. Tonight is the night for your crystals to come outside as well, because the full moon will cleanse all crystals. If you've got wands, if you've got anything else like that, just put it out overnight if you choose to. And this is one of the cleanse or that as you're going to recite, I cleanse and release thoughts that no longer serve me. I cleanse and release any tension that may be heavy in my neck, my shoulders, cleansing my torso, my back, so my angel wings may sprout, fly me freely. I cleanse any tension or anxious energy in my belly. So you're moving down your chakras as you're doing this, maybe blocking my creativity. Feeling it all, releasing it all now, cleansing and releasing any stagnant energy in my pelvic region, which is your pelvic region is your sacral. Okay, so the sacral is your inner child.
Right.
So it can create or it can destroy. Okay. So you're wanting to create, not destroy. Take your moment to honor this sacred place of creation, cleansing the legs, the knees, thanking them for holding you, cleansing your feet all the way down to your toes. And out it goes, and now you do glow. So that's one of the little ones. And every month, every couple of weeks, there's something different. Here's another really good one as well. Put your cleansing tool down after and pat your body gently with your hands and recite, I love you, 10 times. So you're actually really connecting to your body, because we always want somebody else to say I love us, and it's us saying ourselves. And then there's a couple of other different things. You're doing affirmations. One of the affirmations, it's safe for me to believe in myself and my divine gifts. My imagination, intuition will never see me wrong. I found new strength in facing my fears. So just things like that. But you're actually really connecting out in that beautiful full moon. Look into the full moon and even ask the full moon, what does the full moon have for you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I love that. So I know what we'll be doing tonight then.
Yes.
We'll be out, and it's going to be a beautiful fine night too.
Yes.
I checked the weather.
Oh, good,
it looks like it's going to be beautiful. So, yeah. Also,
and let us know how you go as well.
We'd love to hear from you. Tell us what rituals you are going to do tonight and how you're going to, make the most of this beautiful full moon that we've got.
And think about this full moon. Think about the Pluto. What happened in the last 15 years. What would you like help with? Yeah, let us know, if there's anything else that you would like us to tell you about as well.
Yeah, and don't forget to write some letters and don't send them.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Bernie. It's been another terrific Tuesday.